You want me to hit it? Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to Soft Sports, man. It's been a long time. It's been a long anticipated show. Ready to go ahead and give it to everybody. Coming to you live once again, man. We finally here. We got it figured out. Me and Wise are trying to capitalize on some shit back in the ground, in the background. Honcho sends his regards to everybody, taking care of some things. But without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into a good show. Who we got in the building, man?
It's your boy Wise. You know your boy Wise is back. Your boy, let us know if we got an echo going on in the chat or if y'all can't hear us anything. It's our first time trying to do this with this new program, so let us know.
Yeah. Well, before we get into that, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into all the shout outs, all style. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get a shout out. Shout out to everybody with the hoods. You know, shout out live with pride. See who we got up in here. We got Jerry's Roof. We got Brickford. We got Derek Barnett. We got Herb Got It. Brandon 335. What's the motherfucking deal? T Real. Dominic Hampton. Jim RTX. Brandon 335. J Boogie Tennessee. What's good, man? Man, we'll probably wait for a few more of y'all to go ahead and come on up in here, but it's gonna be a live one, man. It took us a little time. We were trying to work this out for about a good hour and a half, but everything sounded good. And as long as everything's good for y'all, then we're gonna go ahead and get into the season preview and game predictions. So what we got first? We understand Thursday night football just happened last night. The Bills versus the Rams. We all saw how that game turned out. Would have picked the Bills to be able to win that game. I'm not sure what Wise had. I'm pretty sure he had the Bills pick that game. But what's the next game that we had on the list?
Wait a minute. Can we talk about that game a little bit though? I
Yeah,
mean, we
we
could
can
talk
talk
about it a
about it.
little bit. What you liked from that game yesterday, bro? Because I
Bro,
seen a
both
lot of things.
defenses. Bro, both defenses. And how could you not like Josh Allen, bro? Josh Allen was giving it to him. Like, he was launching the ball down deep. People was running their routes. It was very crisp. There was a lot of turnovers early on in that first half of football. But, the guys were managing the game well. Matthew Stafford, bro, that O-line was just giving up way too much pressure. So, that's going to be something that they're going to have to hurry up and figure out because if they don't get it, then they're going to get steamrolled by a lot of good teams coming up.
Exactly, bro. Man, when I was looking at Gabriel Davis, when I was looking at Stephon Diggs,
Oh,
those
yeah.
guys was getting open all night long. They was going against Jalen Ramsey. They was looking good against Troy Hill. And then when you look at Von Miller is aging. I mean, he been in the league forever now. He was in the league and won
Yeah.
a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning, and he's still looking like he had a high level in his career this late in his career. That tells you that he worked hard this offseason to make sure he was in good shape,
Yeah.
make sure his body was in good
Mhm.
shape, and on a run to get another Super Bowl ring. So that was a very entertaining game for a change to start the season off. So I'm glad we was able to get to see entertaining game, even though the Rams really didn't do anything. They looked kind of bad. I didn't even realize they had Allen Robinson on their team. So
Each one.
Matt Stafford, yeah, he did good for the fantasy if you had Cooper Cup, but other than that, they looked
Right.
really bad all around as a team. So hopefully they can bounce back next week.
All right. Well, what's the first game we got coming up on Sunday at 1 o'clock?
I mean, shoot, we can talk about the Saints versus the Falcons. Who
Let's
you
go ahead
got?
and talk about it.
Who you got?
Well, the in that game, they're saying that the spread is going to be New Orleans at 5.5 points. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm taking New Orleans in that game. I think they just got way too much firepower on offense and defense. The Falcons are still a young team. They're still in a rebuild stage right now, and I think Jameis Winston is going to be way too much for them offensively.
Got you. I gotta take the Saints too. I don't believe in Marcus Mariota as a quarterback. We seen what Marcus Mariota did when he was with the Titans. He always was acting injured when it was time to play the Houston Texans when we put a whooping on the Titans back in the day. But when you look at the Saints team, they got so much depth. They got Alvin Kamara, they got Chris Olave, they got Michael Thomas, they got Emmanuel Sanders just retired, but they got Juice Landry. They got Jarvis Landry now. And don't even get me
Mm-hmm.
started on their defense with Cam Hayward and guys like Marshawn Lattimore and guys like that. So
Yeah.
I expect them to go out there and win that game. That's a good, entertaining game. Week 1 is a rivalry game. They're in the same division, the NFC South. So it's going to be real pivotal for the Saints to get a early start out to the season like they did last season before Jameis got hurt.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, what's the next game we got?
yeah, for the next game, I got the Cleveland Browns and the Carolina Panthers. It's at Carolina.
Yeah, they say they got Carolina at 2.5 points. Who you got in that game?
I got the Panthers. You already know why I got the Panthers. Yeah.
What?
DW40s. We want that number 1 picks from the Browns. They owe us that for Denzel Award. So my boy Baker Mayfield gonna make his return against the Cleveland Browns, but it's gonna be in Carolina. But still, he gonna make a renounce. He gonna lead the team to a win. He got a deep team. He got a deep roster. He got Brian Burns. He got what's his name at corner? I can't think of his name with the dreads. J.C. Horn. He got J.C. Horn. Yeah, so I mean he got some dogs on that team. And then when you look at the offensive side of the ball, he got Christian McCaffrey. And then he got DJ Moore. I mean, the offensive line might not be that good, but he's going against Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett is not going to put up 25 points, 30 points, or anything like that. So Carolina can just keep that home field advantage and get a good running game with an early, healthy Christian McCaffrey. They should be able to beat the Browns, especially without Deshaun.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna ride with the Panthers too. After really, I just did a little bit more considering the main reason why. I think they're gonna end up having a problem not having McCaffrey in the run game, but Chuba Hubbard should be able to step up if he doesn't play. I'm not sure if he's going to be out on the injury report or anything like that. But 2.5 points, bro. I'm taking that action. I think they can end up winning by 3 points. And then the other game that we talked about, the Saints game, I'd probably take the point. I'd probably take them to 3 points in that game. 5, I think that's a little bit too much for a division rival, but you never know what can end up happening.
Yeah, for the Panthers, I probably got them winning by, I'll give them 7 points. I'll give them 7 points. I think they can beat them by a touchdown.
Okay. All right, well, what's the next game we got?
Next game, we got my boy Trey Lance. We got a lot of Trey Lance hater in the chat. We got a lot of Trey Lance haters in the Discord, but they going to Chicago to take on the Bears. You already know who I'm rocking with.
They got the spread at for that game is going to be at 7. They got 7 points for San Francisco. Who you taking in that game?
I'm taking San Francisco. Yeah, Kittle not playing and this and that, but still, when you're looking at a Chicago team, they didn't show too much last season. Justin Fields didn't show too much. He didn't show too many flashes like he did when he was at Ohio State. Yeah, they got a good run game. Yeah, they got a good defense. But it ain't it don't even come close to what the 49ers got. I can name all the players they got. It's gonna take me decades. Deebo Samuels. You got Brandon Ayuk. You got Nick Bosa's. You got Fred Warner's. You got Ward at safeties. I mean, they got a lot of dogs. They got a lot of playmakers on both sides of the ball, and they got Trey Lance. He's going to be a little bit more mobile and give them a little bit more options when it comes to the passing game and the run game, actually. And it's going to open up the deep ball for the team this season. We're going to see a lot of deep passes, and I think a lot of people sleep on what Trey Lance can do, but I got them covering the spread on that one because 7 points, that should be easy going against Chicago.
Yeah, I'm taking the Niners to win and to cover that game as well. I believe in David Montgomery. I like Tariq Cohen. But their defense has some young players. But at the end of the day, I think that they're still in a rebuild right now. So they got more than enough. I don't really like their coach like that, and I don't like their receiving core whatsoever. I really don't. I don't like Allen Robinson like that. I don't think he's really that good because that Justin Fields is going to be playing a team this good this early on. I think he's going to be able to get rattled. They're not going to be able to run the ball effectively. They're going to end up taking it away, and they're not going to be able to create any third downs to be able to get them from goal line situation. So as it stands right now, 49ers win and cover that game.
All right. The next game, we got Pittsburgh Steelers going to the Bengals to take on Jamar Chase and Joey B. I'll let you go
Bro,
first.
I got the Bengals, bro. You already know Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase. The worst spread for that game is going to be, let me see, for Pittsburgh, bro. Yeah, 6.5 for Cincinnati. So T. Higgins, Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, T. Higgins. What more do I need to say? Pittsburgh, respectable defense. Kenny Pickett is not going to be starting. They're going to have in Mitchell Trubisky. That says enough right there. I've never been a believer in Mr. Trubisky. So right now it's going to be one of those things where he's going to have to try to get the ball to Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, Chase Claypool. They're going to have to establish a run game with Najee Harris, which they can do. Pittsburgh is coached very well. They have good protection, good secondary, but will they be able to pull it off against the Cincinnati Bengals? I don't think so right now. Maybe later on in the season, but this game, they lose.
Yeah, you already know I'm rocking with my boy Jamaz, Joey B, LSU all day. You already know I'm taking them in this game. And they at home. They want revenge on that Super Bowl loss when Jamaz could have had the Super Bowl wide open touchdown against Jalen Ramsey to win the game. So I think they're going to start off the season hot. It's going to be hard for the Steelers to stop that run game. Yeah, they got some playmakers on the defensive side of the ball for the Steelers. But when you look at the offensive side of the ball, with them losing Ben Roethlisberger, when they got Mr. Trubisky starting at quarterback, I don't got too much confidence in Mr. Trubisky beating a guy like Joey B. So I'm going to be rocking with the Bengals, and I think they'll cover the spread. But if we want to go into the next game, we got Philadelphia going into Detroit to take on the Lions.
Okay. The Lions, they got that spread at 4.5 for Philly. Right now in that game, I got Philly winning that game. I think they a little bit high powered on offense. Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, they got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? I really like what Jalen Hurts is going to be able to do with this team. I think he's going to end up being a fantasy monster. I think Detroit covers that spread though. I think Philly wins, but Detroit covers the spread.
What's the spread?
So, as it stands right now, that's who I have winning. I don't think Aiden Hutchinson is going to be able to make as much of an impact as they would like him to in this game. And I think that the secondary still needs some work. But the Lions are a team in progress, and they could be on the ascension and probably surprise people later on down in the second half of the season.
And what was the spread again?
4.5.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 3-point game. I think it's going to come down to a field goal at the end of the game. So I think the Lions going to be able to cover the spread on this one, but I think the Eagles going to take the win. When you look at a guy like Jalen Hurts getting tools and A.J. Brown this offseason, we already know they had a good running game with Gainwell last year, and they already had Devontae Smith, a young Heisman wide receiver from Alabama. So the Eagles going to be looking at trying to make an impact. This is Jalen Hurts' year to try to make a name for himself as being the foundational starters for the Eagles. If not, they got 2 first-round picks, just like the Texans, and they can be looking at a starting quarterback. So I think he's going to come out to start the season on a mission to beat the Lions team that struggle. And like you said, the Lions secondary is real weak. They are getting Buddy back from Ohio State. I forgot his name, the corners. That got hurt towards Achilles last year, but he was getting burnt at the beginning of the season.
You talking about Jeff Okudah?
Yeah, Jeff Okudah. Yeah, they getting Jeff Okudah back, but the way we seen him last season, he was giving up a lot of yards. So that still doesn't give me a lot of confidence in this team, and that's why I got the Eagles winning this game. The next game, a lot of people gonna like this game, is the Colts taking on the Houston Texans.
Yes, sir.
At Houston.
They got Indy 7 points against Houston. How do you feel about that game?
I'm going to have to agree. 7 points. I got the Colts maybe even beating us by 10 points. The reason why I say that is, they missing a Darius Leonard. But I don't have no confidence. And I know people going to have the slanders on the video and this and that. But I don't have confidence in the quarterback position for our team. He can make some plays here and there, but really, he's just dumping it off to the tight ends. He's just dumping it off to the running backs, and
Mm-hmm.
he can't throw the deep ball. So when you can't throw the deep ball, and they seeing guys like Dameon Pierce able to rush 6 yards a carry, then teams just gonna be able to
Yeah.
stack the box early in the season. So
Mm-hmm.
Colts is a team that we struggle with all throughout our career. Yeah, I understand that they lost 8 consecutive openers or whatever. It really doesn't matter. We always lose these type of games. They have a winning record over us all time, 32-9. Yeah, I'm excited for the season. Yeah, I'm excited to see what this team is gonna do. But I think the Colts will get us once again to start off the season. What about you?
All right. As it stands right now, I got the Colts beating us in that game. I think when you go and you look at the fact that they have a guy like Jelani Woods, they have Michael Pittman, Frank Reich has played and coached very well against the Houston Texans for the last 2 years. They have a great O line and Jonathan Taylor. He's toting the rock, and because of Jonathan Taylor, I think he's going to be able to take the ball out of Davis Mills' hands on offense. It's going to be they're going to win time of possession, and they're going to end up edging out the Houston Texans, and I have them winning and covering that game.
Got you. All right. The next game is New England Patriots versus the Miami Dolphins at Miami.
Boy, this game right here, bro, is going to be a fucking doozy. They got Miami at 3, and actually, I got Miami to win and cover this game, bro. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Raheem Mostert, that's going to be too much for them. They're going to be playing in Miami already. We already know how New England fares against Miami in Miami.
Yeah.
That's a team that always plays them well. They have Bill Belichick's number. They have a lot of playmakers, and they're not going to be able to capitalize on that speed. Yet, I understand they drafted Tyquan Thornton, and, they're trying to get a lot of younger options to be able to be a formidable team going forward. But right now, I don't think Belichick is going to have an answer for these guys. So I got the Miami Dolphins winning and covering this football game.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one. The I don't the Patriots, they always struggle in Miami. They never beat Miami in Miami. If they do, it's by a field goal. It's a very slim margin. By the way, I'm liking all of these matchups week 1. It's a lot of division games. It's a lot of rivalry games going into starting off the season. So good job with the NFL's making this schedule and everything. But when you look at the Dolphins, they got Tua Tagovailoa. They got Jalen Waddle. We've seen what Jalen Waddle can do already. And then they added Cheetahs. They added Tyreek Hill, the fastest receiver in the league. So they're just going to open up their passing game. Then they got Mike Gesicki underneath. Then they got Mostert. Then they got Chase Edmonds at running back. So, and then they got the offensive coordinators from the 49ers as the head coach now. So it's going to be real interesting what these guys are going to do to start off the season. But the Dolphins already had a strong defense last season. The Patriots, it's going to be a tough, close game. But Mac Jones is still a young quarterback. He going into his second year, and Tua Tagovailoa, whatever you want to call him, he's got something to prove this year. Because if he don't prove it this year, maybe the Dolphins might look at adding a Lamar Jackson or somebody like that at quarterback, or drafting another quarterback this upcoming season.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. And the next matchup, we got the Baltimore Ravens taking on the New York Football Jets.
The line for that game was 6.5 points. Who you got in that game?
I got the Ravens. I mean, Lamar Jackson out here to get paid. Lamar Jackson about to show the Baltimore Ravens why you should pay me. Every game he gonna be out here to make a mission. We cannot forget this guy was an MVP talent. And plus, the Jets are in a rebuild just like us. They got a lot of young guys, and that's the problem. Yeah, you can have a lot of talent on your team, but when you got a lot of young guys that's inexperienced, that don't know how to be pros, that don't know how to win close games, you got to learn how to win once you get to the league. You could be a winner all your life, but when you get to the league, it's a whole different situation. So they still in a rebuilding situation with a second-year head coach. The Baltimore got a coach that's been there, Harbaugh, over 12, 13 years now. He won a Super Bowl with that team. So, and they got a lot of talent. So it's just gonna be. I think I got the Ravens winning this game, maybe even by 21 points.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh,
What you got?
okay, so right now, I mean, I couldn't agree with you. I definitely had them winning and covering this game. I think they're gonna be able to cover 7 points against the Jets easy. Main reason why is because their defense is going to be able to be far too ferocious against Zach Wilson. I don't think he's gonna have enough time to be able to get his dropbacks. The fact that they already have great depth in their front seven to go along with their back end, and the fact that their back end is extremely experienced at this point, and the fact that they have a lot of cohesion, I don't see them being able to slow down Lamar Jackson and the run game, and them being able to take away the tight ends that they have in this football game. From a wide receiver standpoint, I believe that the Jets will be able to hang with the Baltimore Ravens, but as it stands right now, I got the Ravens winning and covering this game easy.
Got you. And I see a comment in the chat talking about we whack because Davis Mills is in the same version as last year. Man, the man looked trash in preseason. Let's be real. We're gonna see what the man got to do this year. But if the man don't show any progression this season past week 5, then Kyle Allen should be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season. So the man can't throw a ball further than 45 yards. That's accurate.
I just got 3 words for you. Liu Hu. That hurt. Like that guy sucks.
And before we get into the next tranche of games, I want to just shout out some people in the chat real fast. Shout out to Derek. Shout out to J Pop. Shout out to Brandon 335. Shout out to T Real, Dominic, Jim RTX, Brigva. Even though you said we lame, shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in, brother. Shout out to Jers Rue. Shout out to my boy Houston Texans Talk. You already know that's Ashmail and Footballer. Yep. So thank y'all for joining in. But let's get back to the next game. The last game at noon tomorrow will be the Commanders and the Jaguars, taking place at the Commander Stadium in Maryland.
They got the game. They got the line on that game for Washington at 2.5. Who you got in that game?
I got the Jaguars.
Really?
Yeah, I got the Jaguars. Winning that game. The reason why is because ETN Juniors, a lot of people don't know how good ETN Jr. can be, but he's going to make a huge impact this game. And with them missing Chase Young, even though I know they got a stout front seven, they are missing Matt Ioannidis too. They lost him in free agency. So, I mean, they are a little bit weaker up front this year. And when you look at the quarterback position for them, they got Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
So I mean, they might win they might be able to compete in a division, the NFC East, because it is a weaker division. But I do think Jaguars. They got Josh Allen. They got Trayvon Walker's on opposite sides. They improved their O line. They added Christian Kirk. They got ETN Julius. It's Trevor Lawrence second year. So I look at them guys trying to making an impact in week 1, and I think they might win this game by maybe 3 points, a field goal at the end of the game.
I think that game is going to be it's going to be tight, but it's going to be a horrible game to watch. I think you're going to see two teams on offense, who are not going to be able to get it done. But I'm taking Washington. And go ahead and because I think Scary Terry is going to be a problem. I don't think they're not going to have anybody who's going to be able to really cover him. I think Brian Robinson and and Gibson are going to be able to run all over the Jaguars. Trayvon Walker, he did look good in training camp, and we all know that Josh Allen is a dog. But the interior D-line of the Jaguars is nothing to be afraid of. I think that they're going to be able to move the pocket. And, Carson Wentz is going to be able to throw, some passes downfield, in the intermediate and the deep routes against these guys. So as it stands right now, and then I just believe Washington has the better coach, and the fact that they're at home, they don't tend to travel. They don't tend to travel well. So I'm taking the Jags. I mean, not the Jags. I'm taking the Commanders easy. They win and cover that game.
We're gonna see. All right, now we're gonna get into the 3:00 games. At 3:00. We got the Giants, New York Football Giants at the Titans, the Titans.
You know what? Let me go ahead and look at the line for this game because I know it's going to be crazy.
I can tell you who I got before you even say the line. I
What
got the
is it?
Titans. It's the
I
Giants.
got the Titans winning the game, but you know what? I'm not.
And I
This
got
is
them.
the type of
I
team.
got
I
them
want
winning
to
by
say this
10.
because this is the type of team they now the Titans are only favored at 5.5 against the Giants.
They do lose games.
I would expect the line for this to be a lot higher, considering the fact that the Giants still are rocking, with
Danny
Danny
Dimes.
Dimes.
Yeah.
Saquon starts off kind of slow. He could start off pretty fast. They could block well, but they're not gonna have any real pass rush up front. Von Tito's is already hurt. He's not gonna be impactful whatsoever. They're not gonna be able to stop Derrick Henry. I want to say it's gonna be an upset because this is the type of team that the Titans lose to. This is the type of competition they play down to and lose against. But I'm going to end up using my logical brain and say that the Titans win and cover this game.
Got you. What was the spread? 5.5, you said?
5.5. Yeah, 5.5.
Yeah, I think the Titans gonna cover it. But these are the type of the games that the Titans do lose, even though I picked them to win. Because they lose to teams like this, but they beat the best teams. But
Right.
yeah, the next game, ooh, this is gonna be a good game. We got Kansas City taking on the Cardinals. What?
Ooh.
At Arizona. I gotta know what the spread is on that. You gotta tell me what
It's 6. It's 6 points for Kansas City.
They got Kansas City winning against the Cardinals at home?
Yeah, in the desert.
Well, I guess they don't got Hopkins, but they do got Rondell Moore and all of them other guys at receiver. I mean, they do got some dogs, but still, yeah. I mean, when you really do look at the Cardinals, they do underachieve, but still,
They win at home.
they do win at home. I don't remember them losing at. They lose away games, but I don't remember them losing at home too much last season. So, I'm gonna go against the spread, and I'm gonna have to take the Cardinals on this one, and I think they win by 6.
So you got them to win and cover the game?
Yeah, I got the Cardinals to win.
Well, right now, I think if we're just gonna go off of this matchup, I'm gonna have to ride with the quarterback and the better tight end for this particular matchup. Had they had Hopkins, I think I could easily lean towards Arizona for this matchup. But because they don't, and I understand that they got Hollywood Brown, I understand that they got James Conner, and they're gonna be able to control some time of position. And that's the only thing. The only way that they can win this football game is if James Conner is an absolute beast and Mahomes can't stay on the field and their defense tends to play right because they both have very good defenses as it stands right now. But I favor the Cardinals defense over the Chiefs defense. But I'm taking the quarterback and I'm definitely taking the arm of Patrick Mahomes over
Fun size
Mighty
quarterback.
Mouse.
Yeah.
I'm taking over the fun size quarterback. So I got Kansas City winning and covering this football game.
All right, that's an interesting game. We got 2 more 3 o'clock games. Next game we got this one is gonna be dope. You got the Raiders at the Chargers.
This is the game of the week. This one of the game of the week.
This is a game of the week.
This is a game of the week, bro. This is a matchup that definitely
I'm taking Raiders.
Is going to be talked about.
I'm taking Raiders. I don't know what the spread is.
The line is 3 points for the Chargers.
Oh, I'm taking Raiders regardless. I'm taking Raiders. I mean, the Chargers, they be looking nice and this and that, but the Raiders, they got Chandler Jones, they got Max Crosby's, they got Darren Fowler's. I mean, whatever his name is at tight end, I forgot his name. Dang.
Darren Wallace.
Darren Wallace. Yeah, Darren Wallace. They got Devontae Adams now. So, I mean, and don't forget they got the white boy at wide receiver from Clemson. So, Hunter Renfrow. So, and Derek Carr, he did lead the league in passing, or he was top 3 in passing yards last season. So, it's going to be real interesting. Yeah, the Chargers got depth. Yeah, they added Khalil Mack. Yeah, they added J.C. Jackson. Yeah, they got Jaron James contract extension. Yeah, they got Joey Bosa's and these guys and Austin Eckler. It's going to be a hell of a game, but I got the Raiders winning by 3 by a field goal. I think it's going to come down to the end of the game. I think this game might even go to overtime, but I think it's going to come down to the end of the game and who defense is going to make a bigger impact at the end of the game. and stop the quarterback.
And it's gonna be the LA Chargers. I got them to win, but I got the Raiders covering this game. I think it's gonna end up being a tight race. So definitely it's gonna be a battle of the quarterbacks, but we all know who the better quarterback is when it comes to this game, and that's Justin Herbert. He has better options. Well, they have about the same amount of options going across from each other. But I think the height of Mike Williams and I think Keenan Allen's route running in combination with Austin Eckler being able to catch passes out of the backfield and gashing them in the middle is going to end up being a big deal, for the LA Chargers. So as it stands right now, I like the way that they coach and the fact that their defense is going to be full strength right out of the gate. That's going to be far more exciting to see. And as it stands right now, I got it 1-0, the Chargers.
All right. The last 3 o'clock game on Sunday is the Green Bay Packers at the Vikings.
Ooh,
I'm gonna let you go
Packers
first on
and
this one.
Vikings. They got Green Bay only 1.5. Wow, that's a crazy line.
That is a crazy line.
Yeah, that's a crazy line. But I'm gonna end up going Green Bay. I think it's gonna be a game where Rodgers is probably not looking good early, and they're gonna find a way to go ahead and edge their game out, which is probably why they have it so close because he doesn't have Devontae Adams anymore, but he still got Aaron Jones, and I think he's going to be able to throw passes and lead them enough to where his receivers going to be able to catch the ball no problem. He doesn't. I mean, I don't like Thomas Runyon like that. I think he's overrated tight end, so maybe they can probably get him involved. And but I want to say that the Vikings win this game because they have Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and even in situations, Kirk Cousins is able to get those guys the ball, pretty often. But I just have Aaron Rodgers, man. He just knows how to play against this football team, regardless of how stacked they are. So I got the Packers winning this game. But the Vikings did cover the spread, though.
I got the Vikings winning this game. They at home. They got Justin Jefferson, Jay Jettas, LSU products. They got Dalvin Cook healthy at the beginning of the season. They added Za'Darius Smith to that defense. We already know that defense already be applying pressures. And it's a divisional game. I mean, like we said, it's a lot of divisional games week 1. It's going to be a real tight game. It's going to be a real close game. It's going to be an entertaining game. Rodgers going to make it entertaining and this and that, but I think at the end of the day, that defense going to give up a pass to Justin Jefferson, and Kirk Cousins going to be able to edge out the win week 1 against the Packers. Now, if they was in Green Bay, I would be taking the Packers, but in this situation, I got the Vikings to start off as a healthy team, beating the Green Bay Packers week 1. So we do got the Sunday night game. This is the last game on Sunday. It's them boys up in Dallas, the Cowboys at home taking on the Tom Brady Buccaneers. Who you got and what's the spread?
They got the line at 2.5 for the Bucs. That game may end up being closer than what people think, but I'm taking the Bucs to win, but Dallas covers that game. I say Tom Brady is going to be slow because he's going to be slow out of the gate in this game, due to personal issues, not being able to practice and things like that. Overall, they have the better team. They definitely have the better offense. They don't have Tyron Smith, being able to guard for Dak Prescott, so who's going to be blocking Shaquille Barrett in that situation? They got Antoine Winfield, and Dak Prescott is bound to throw a pick, and Ezekiel Elliott is bound to get stopped as soon as he gets contacted in today's game. So while I think CeeDee Lamb is going to end up being able to make an impact, I don't think it's going to be enough for them to win this game. So I got Tampa Bay winning, Dallas covering.
Man, as soon as we mentioned Dallas, they start going ham in the chat. And Cooper is done. Yeah, I agree. I'm looking at the chat real fast. I'm just going through some of the comments. Raiders by 13. Yeah, I agree. Raiders gonna win. Chiefs by 14. I don't know about that one, Ash. Man. I don't know.
I don't know about that, but
the NFC North is the weakest division in the conference. No, the NFC
NFC
East.
North is the
No,
weakest
NFC
division in the
East.
conference, huh?
No, the NFC East, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the NFC East is going to
By
always be the
far.
weakest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, when you look at the North, they got the Bears, they got the the Lions this week, they got the Packers, and they got the Vikings. But my
Mhm.
perspective on that Cowboys game and that Tampa Bay game, Tom Brady going through things at home. I don't know if he's
Yeah.
gonna be mentally good. He came out of retirement. He missed a couple of weeks at training camp, seeming like a trap game right here.
Right.
And they
Right.
got the Buccaneers at 2.5 points on this game.
Yeah. Yeah. For the Bucs.
I
Yep.
got the
2.5.
Cowboys coming out here and shocking everybody and beating the Tampa Bay's week 1, and I got them winning by 10 points at home.
What?
Yeah, the Cowboys, and I don't like the Cowboys. I don't like Dallas. I don't like none of that. But I got them winning this game against Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh man, bro, you definitely gonna lose some money on that game. They are not gonna be able to, bro. Trayvon Diggs, after what I seen this offseason, bro, he getting torched by Godwin. He getting torched. He getting torched by Mike Evans, bro. If he hit him on a double move, it's a wrap.
All right, Monday night we got Russell Wilson returning to Seattle to make his debut as a Denver Bronco. So
This this is probably one of
this is
that
an easy
deadline is at
game.
6.5 for the Denver Broncos, and
Yeah,
honestly, this is probably one of the easiest games for me to pick. Without a doubt, it's definitely going to be the Denver Broncos who are
yeah.
going to win handily in this game. I think they win and cover this game, as I stated. How much they win by? They could very well win in between 13 to 21 points.
Exactly.
Um, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, those are the best things going. They don't have a run game right now because Carson, what's his face, just retired. Carson, I forget his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Chris Carson or whatever his name was. He just
Yeah, the
retired.
running back from
But
LSU.
Kenneth Walker, I think, is already hurt. So you draft a running back that you're not even going to be able to benefit from right out of the gate to see what you have in him. They got Geno Smith throwing the ball, so that's already a recipe for disaster. So we already know they're about to get blown out. Russell Wilson gonna end up having a field day with Cortland Sutton, Jerry Judy, Melvin Gordon, and all of them, and Javonte Williams. Plus, their defense is legit. They got Patrick Surtain. They got Justin Simmons. They got a nice front seven. So I think they're gonna be able to put pressure on, and I think they're gonna be able to capitalize for special teams. So easily, the Denver Broncos win and cover this football game, no question.
And do we want to talk about the Thursday night game going into week 2, or did we want to leave it right there?
No, no, no. We'll just leave it for week one. But
All right.
who you got for the Broncos and the Seahawks?
Who I got? I mean, like you said, it's pretty obvious. I mean, you got the Broncos. I got the Broncos. They got Russell Wilson. They got too much talent on that team. Seattle losing a quarterback that led the franchise for the last 10, 12 years. Very pivotal position for the team. And they got Geno Smith at quarterback. Nobody had faith in Geno Smith as quarterback. So I don't even think the Seattle's going to score more than 10 points this game. So I really got Russell Wilson coming out here, handling his business, showing that he might even throw 5 to 6 touchdowns this game. That's how bad it might look because Seattle doesn't have talent. I expect them to have the worst record in the league this season. So I'm going to leave it at that.
All right. Well, what's your of your three games? What you think are going to be the money games this week that people can bet on?
Safe or a little risky games?
Safe, and your money, the one that you think is going to end up making people the most money.
The one that's going to make people the most money?
Yeah. I'm looking
Mm,
at these lines, and honestly, I think I would definitely stay away from the Packers and Vikings game. I would personally stay away from that game. It's
yeah.
just not. It's just not. It's just not. Even the Dallas and Tampa game, man. I wouldn't.
I'm
I
going
wouldn't
with
waste any
Dallas.
time
I,
on that
I would
game.
put money on that game. If I'm well, it's not. The spread is small though, so
I honestly, it would be tempting to do something for the Vegas and the Chargers game at
yeah,
3, and I say that's probably one of the safer picks, but because it's a divisional round and it's week one, You never know how that's going to go. So I personally would advise people to stay away from that game. I think a game that people can just put their money on is Baltimore versus the Jets. I
Yeah,
think that's going to be a
absolutely.
complete wash.
Yeah.
Go ahead, win and cover, go all in on the Baltimore Ravens and the Jets.
I would even say, if you really want to be risky and you really want to gamble, put a few dollars on the Giants at the Titans. A few dollars. You never know with the
Yeah,
Titans. They lose those type of games. It's a trap game.
yeah,
Week 1, Danny Dimes might not be looking good, but it might be a close game like 13-14 or something like that. The Titans lose these
yeah,
type of games. So if you want to get real risky or something like that,
yeah,
you might want to look at the Giants and the Titans game. This is not no financial advice or no gambling advice or nothing like that. This is just our
yeah,
preference, by the way.
yeah, yeah.
So,
What's another game you got? What's another game you got?
I got the Dolphins covering the spread against the Patriots. I'm real confident in that one. So, I mean, it's gonna be a risky
I am
game, but
too. I am too. I'm with you on that one. I'm looking at that, and that one that's a really good line. And I think my last game is going to be San Francisco versus
Bears.
the Bears.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. That one. Hmm.
I definitely. If you guys want some action on that game, I definitely would take San Francisco with the 7 points.
So yeah, it should be an interesting week 1. A lot of good matchups. After we get through watching the Texans game, shoot, can watch the Chiefs, can watch the Packers, the Raiders. I'm really looking at that Raiders and Chargers game.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I want to take it. I want to take it, but I think that money. I think that game is going to be. It's either they're going to score a whole bunch of points or it's going to be a low scoring game. I don't really see either one like them going back and forth for too much. I think whoever runs away with it early is the other team is not going to be able to come back whatsoever. So um, that's just how I had that game right now. I don't really. I would stay away from it. It's a division game too. I would stay away from it.
got you. Well, that pretty much sums up everything for week 1, huh?
Yeah, that sums up everything for week 1. If y'all like the video, make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe. The sauce is back. We'll be going live in just a few moments with Spitz. He wasn't on time to be able to join this video, so we're gonna get that stream up in just a few minutes. So if you guys are in the chat, make sure that you share the stream, like, comment, subscribe as well.
Yep.
Shout out to South Sports.
Make sure y'all
shout
hit
out
me
to the
up. Make sure
Roundtable.
y'all hit me up. The reason why I say y'all hit me up, if y'all want to get in the Discord, Honcho, we don't know what Honcho at. You can hit her Wise. You can email Wise at jcitizen73@gmail.com. And I will send you the link to join the Discord. Or you could just comment on this video and say you want to be on a Discord, and I'm going to send you the link. So if you got a Discord, hit me in the Discord server. It's Wise Citizens. You can pretty much you can find me, and I'll get you added to the soft stream. But you are going to have to hit us with that $3 fee via Apple Pay or Apple
Link should
Wallet.
also be in the description as well. So if you want to join the South Sports Discord, feel free because it's gonna be live. It was already live for game
Last
1, and
night.
it wasn't even the Texas one. It wasn't even the Texas game. We was in there deep. So
Even
make
for
sure that you guys
preseason, we
go
be
ahead.
having 50 people in the chat. So
Yeah. And for everybody asking, Honcho was just taking care of some business on his own. Some things that he had to take care of behind the scenes before he comes back. So in the meantime, we'll be holding it down for the sauce. Y'all can expect a post game, pre game, and for us to be live on here a lot more often now that the season has started.
Jamar, the Discord is only $5 a month.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it, man. It's going in all day, all night. But we're bringing the stream to a close. Anything else you want to say, Wise?
Now, I just want to thank everybody that tuned in today. I want to make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscription button if you haven't already. Like Wink said, we finna go live again. We're going to be talking exclusively about the Houston Texans. So if y'all want to hear Houston Texans, we're going to have our brother Spitz on, and we're going to be talking about this week 1 matchup against the Indianapolis Colts. So it's going to be real interesting. Make sure y'all be tuned. We got more content coming. I know y'all been waiting on the content. We want to apologize. because we haven't put out no content to y'all. But now it's the regular season time, and now football is back. We got college football tomorrow. The sauce is back, baby. Y'all is back. Ain't no sauce without y'all. We love the fans. We love y'all. We fans just speaking sports as well. At the end of the day, we ain't no analysts or anything like that. So just want to say a shout out to everybody that tuned in today, or if you tune in watching after the stream as well.
All right, well, welcome to South Sports. We out.
All right, I just ended it.
All right.